Movie opens in Cathedral where Frances is being taken to Ravencroft. Cletus is also there and he is really pissed. Eventually Frances uses her screaming power and gets shot in the eye. They both get separated. Frances is kept in Ravencroft while Cletus is sent to jail for his crimes. Eddie has an interview with Cletus and Cletus promises him to give him an exclusive story if he publishes letter to Frances. His lost love. Eddie agrees and Venom uncovers hideout of Cletus's victims' corpses. Cause he had seen painting on the wall earlier. Cletus gets death sentence and Frances soon hears about this. Both Cletus and Frances are so angry while Eddie's career goes uphill. Meanwhile Venom gets hungry and is about to eat an assaulter but Eddie stops him. Eddie gets call from Anne that she wants to meet him and Eddie agrees. They meet and after some awkward interactions Anne tells Eddie that she's engaged. Eddie gets more confused and soon leaves. He doesn't wake up in a very good mood next morning while Venom is having a great time. Venom then hands him letter from Cletus which explains the past of his abusive parents and grandma, and how he killed them. And on final interview with Cletus before he is executed Cletus manages to make Eddie angry and Venom punches him. Cletus soon bites Eddie's arm and gets another symbiote in him. Eddie and Venom have a strong argument and Venom decides to leave him. Meanwhile during the execution of Cletus Carnage symbiote breaks out and kills bunch of guards. He eventually escapes from the prison. Officer which shot Frances in the eye finds out about Cletus's breakout and asks Eddie some question while Cletus steals Frances's dream car. Venom moves on different people over time and has a great time on the party, but he seems to miss Eddie. Eddie investigates the cathedral. Frances and Cletus grew up while Carnage somehow hacks the laptop. They find out that Frances is at Ravencroft and they go there and break her out. She uses her powers against a helicopter which also hurts Carnage. They drive away from Ravencroft. Venom accidentally kills another one of his hosts and latches on Mrs. Chen. Eddie gets arrested and asks Anne to find Venom. Anne finds Venom and she breaks Eddie out of prison. Then he attaches Venom to Eddie after some apology and Eddie tells Anne and her fiancé to leave the city but just in case their weaknesses are fire and sound. Soon Anne and Officer get kidnapped and Frances and Cletus arrange
a red wedding.
Eddie hears about this and shows up at the wedding. Him and Carnage fight and Carnage really starts to hate Frances cause of her powers. Carnage and Venom fight and Carnage is overpowering Venom. Frances kills the cop that shot her and the eye as revenge. Venom and Carnage continue fighting and Carnage drops Venom on the ground. Then he takes Anne on the roof and strangles Frances. Frances passes out and Carnage is about to eat Anne when Venom saves her. He soon gets overpowered but she uses Frances to separate both Eddie and Cletus from their symbiotes. Frances gets killed by the bell. Anne and her fiancé help Venom get back to Eddie and since Cletus doesn't get help Carnage gets picked up by Venom and Venom eats him. Then Venom eats Cletus's head off and they get away from the temple. Later we see that Venom and Eddie are on vacation and they're resting. In post-credit scene we see Eddie lying but then the spell of Doctor Strange opens up multiverse and Venom ends up in the MCU and he sees Spider-Man in the TV. Venom considers him a bad guy and licks the screen.